Hello everyone and welcome back your lovely faces to a brand new video here on the channel. Well, it seems to be that Dan Wootton has finally been axed from GB News. This is according to the Byland Times and it's mostly to do with what happened yesterday because OFCOM actually ruled that the episode where Laurence Fox, Dan Wootton and they were having a go at that reporter where what they were doing, it was actually the most complained about show of last year, and they said that it breached all of OFCOM's rules. So let's take a little look. So as you can see, this is coming from the Byland Times. Dan Wootton finally acts on GB News as OFCOM rules against channel in misogyny row. But we've also got this from the BBC as well. Dan Wootton GB News show with Laurence Fox breached rules, OFCOM say. But going back to the Byland Times, the presenter was suspended from the channel in September last year after his exchange with Laurence Fox. Dan Wootton has finally been axed from his $600,000 a year GB News role after the broadcaster regulator upheld a complaint over the misogyny row which saw him suspended from the channel 5 months ago. If you remember as well, we also did a video where Dan Wootton, he received like £113,000 in stock for GB News. And back then, again, we were talking, I think it was like November or December, where we were like, he's gone. But according to this has actually been in the pipeline for some time, and it kind of goes with what we were suggesting and what we were all thinking and talking about last year. Wootton has been off air since the 27th of September, when he and Laurence Fox made derogatory comments about the female journalist on Dan Wootton Tonight, which resulted in 8,867 complaints to OFCOM, making it 2023's most complained about broadcast. In its judgment, which found that GB News was in breach of generally accepted standards, OFCOM revealed that it had recently been sent new evidence by lawyers for the channel, which it had previously been unable to provide due to an internal employment process. Well, that sounds interesting, to be honest with you. And if OFCOM has been sent evidence by lawyers for GB News, is this what they were trying to get? Like, say, right, we need to get rid of him. Let's push this out. Let's give them what they want. You know, there's so many things there. But the judgment released on Monday said, Friday the 1st of March 2024, solicitors on behalf of the licensee for GB News sent OFCOM new evidence, which it said it had been unable to send previously due to an internal employment process. The solicitors said this information supported the licensee's position that he had asked Mr. Wootton to read out an apology, and he refused. But it had been unable to give OFCOM this information until this point. It was considered unfair to Mr. Wootton during an employment process. Do you want to know what I think's happened here? Because of the whole police investigation, which again, they've come out now and said, oh, we're not looking into him anymore. They were like, right, okay then, that's over and done with, get rid of him. They were looking for something and this is it. The licensee asked OFCOM to delay publication of the decision, so that OFCOM could consider the information. Given its detail, the publication of OFCOM's decision seemingly confirms that Wootton's internal employment process with GB News is now over. And if you remember what we were talking about last time as well, when I was saying he's probably got something in his contract which they had to try and get round. This is more than likely it. This is why it's taken so long. Wootton has also been removed from the channel's list of presenters online. The journalist announced last month that the 2 police investigations into him had been concluded, with no further action being taken. While GB News did not respond to a request for comment regarding his employment status, an insider told Byland Times he's definitely gone for good. Well, if OFCOM lawyers have said, yeah, GB News lawyers have sent us something which we can now use, they're like, yeah, bye-bye, get rid of him. That's what's happened. It is not known whether Wootton received a payoff as part of his departure or whether he retains his shareholding in the channel. Again, we talked about that, the £113,000 in shares, and like I said, that's probably a payoff in his actual contract. The newspaper revealed in January that Wootton is preparing a return to screens on Rumble, the free speech platform hosting former comedian since his YouTube earnings ban. Another source said Wootton is considering a move to the US, which will see voters head to the polls in November's presidential election. His lawyer, Donald Blaney, has business links to Rebecca Mercer, a billionaire Donald Trump donor. Wow. As we could well see the re-election as US President of Trump in November, Dan hopes his Paul Mike hard-right rhetoric will do well in America. It will. That's one of the sad things because, again, he just caters to the masses of certain areas, which is kind of sad because he does not deserve to have the platform he's got. He also knows his mainstream media career in the UK is over and wants a new start where his past behaviours are less likely to follow him around. At the weekend, Wootton posted a photograph of himself on Instagram, smiling with both hands in the air outside Trump's Turnberry Hotel in Ayr, which he captioned, "What separates the winners and the losers is how a person reacts to each new twist of fate." The guy's a dick. Degrading and demeaning. So actor turned activist Laurence Fox drew condemnation after asking what self-respecting man would climb into bed with Ava Evans during Wootton's live thing in 26th of September, which we did go about. And it goes about that Wootton could be seen smiling and laughing throughout his remarks, before adding for a touch of balance that Evans had qualified the comments she had made, which the two men were discussing, and called her a very beautiful woman. OFCOM launched an investigation into Wootton's show under Rule 2.3 of the Broadcasting Code, in which broadcasters must ensure that material which may cause offence is justified by the context. And obviously it goes on regarding what happened there and everything else, which we have seen, and it's going on regarding everything that's happened in the past, mostly to do with mental health for the presenter, because obviously all the stuff that she had aimed at her because of Dan Wootton and Laurence Fox, it just goes to show that, two peas in the pod, aren't they? That's what we got, folks. It seems to be that Mr. Wootton is gone from GB News. And, I've seen quite a few things as well, people reporting on Dan Wootton, like, he was swayed by AH and all this kind of nonsense. No, sorry. The people who are saying, oh, no, he's come out against her. Doesn't matter. It does not matter. That guy is one of the worst people in the world, and for the platform he's got, he will try and get on the right side of anyone. And to be honest with you, the woman who came out and said, oh, yeah, he was judged by her, he was swayed and all this, he's not with her anymore. That Lady C, whatever she is. Yeah, Lady C-U-N-T, that's exactly what she is. But that's for a different video, which I probably won't do because, again, I see them as just like, no. The guy's done wrong on so many levels, to not just Johnny Depp, to not just this person here, but again, everything that man has done in the past 20 years. You can't let him off the hook for any of it. But that's me, though. Other people have their own opinions. That's up to them. That's why opinions are so great. But guys, if you are new to the channel, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell for future updates, and I'll see you all soon.